Rabbi Edelstein here with a very last-minute pre-Shabbos edition of Rabbi E in 3D, brought to you as always by MEOR DC. I'm setting the timer here. Oh yeah, the timer's already on. We'll see if I obey it. But I really wanted to come to you, even for a short few minutes, because it's such an extraordinary Torah portion. And I also want to plug a very fine, amazing, more than fine, amazing rabbi, whose work I want to introduce you to, and I'm also going to share something he wrote along with this live video from me, or live and then published video from me. Anyway, so we'll get to that rabbi in a second, because really he says, he brings out so many beautiful points of this portion, even better than I can, believe it or not. But in any case, the Torah portion is Korach in the book of Bamidbar, Numbers. There is no more quintessential Washington political Torah portion than this one on a certain level, because Korach, who's a distinguished member of the Levite tribe and a first cousin of Moses, starts a rebellion against Moshe's authority. And he comes with other prominent people among the Jewish people who have a grievance and a complaint against Moshe and Aaron, and they basically accuse Moses and Aaron, his brother, of a power grab, of making things up. Moses, you're the leader, and you appointed Aaron, your brother, as the priest, as the high priest who would do the special service in the tabernacle. There's so many aspects to this portion. There's the psychology of Korach, this great individual, what motivates him to start what is a rebellion that destroys him and his followers. And then there's the kind of political element. And there are other many issues that make the portion so relevant for us as Jews throughout all time. But in any case, one quick point, not to be too political, Korach comes with a populist message. He's very wealthy and very distinguished already. I said a leader, a Levite. That's the tribe that was elevated to help the Kohen and the Kohanim in the tabernacle. So he's already a leader. But he says to Moses and his followers, they articulate this idea: we're all holy. The whole Jewish people is holy. We all heard God speak at Mount Sinai. Why are you, Moses and Aaron, elevating yourselves above everybody else? But it's hypocritical, it's illogical, because really, Korach and all of his followers, they want to be the Kohen. They harbor a grievance, among many other grievances, and they think they should be chosen as the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, instead of Aaron. So the message, the rhetoric is populist and egalitarian, but really it doesn't really make sense on that level, because truthfully, if they really believed in absolute spiritual egalitarianism, there'd be no leadership at all, and everyone would be... So one of the points, again, there's so many, but one of the points there is that, yes, the Jewish people, as Korach said, are holy as a people. Am Kadosh, that we are imbued with that holiness collectively, and a closeness to the Shekhinah that's been with us in dark times and up times throughout our history. But there's still individual accomplishment, and maybe you could say a category of individual holiness, and that depends on one's effort and a gift from God. Moshe was on a higher level, and Aaron was on a higher level than everybody else. In any case, but that doesn't take away from the specialness and holiness of each individual, of course, at whatever level he or she is at, and the whole Jewish people. In any case, Korach is really the psychological point. Is Korach is motivated by jealousy, and it doesn't mean he started out. I mean, to look at Torah in a subtle and deep way it always means not to reduce any of the characters to some cartoon-like caricature, right? Korach, no doubt, he was a great leader and wanted to express his leadership, and thought, no doubt, as did all of his followers, that each one of them thought he was uniquely special. And so it wasn't just about Korach's not trying to grab power. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and his followers, they wanted to be spiritual leaders. But Hashem chose Moshe and chose Aaron and chose even a younger cousin than Korach, which irked him. That's part of the background of the story. So he, instead of discussing it with Moshe, instead of working it out, instead of trying to understand and come to accept that it was Hashem's will, that all this hierarchical, the hierarchy was set up as it was. Instead, he starts a rebellion. He calls into question Moshe's teaching of the Torah and ridicules the commandments, accusing Moshe of making them up. So that ambition, which might have been good at first, but was coupled with jealousy and personal ego, and that took over. It became a monster, and indeed, it was a monstrous moment in our people's history, leading to a whole well, you should read the Torah portion, and I'm going too long anyway, and you should see the ultimate end of it. But I mentioned there's a wonderful rabbi, Rabbi David Aaron, very well known, written many, many books. Find him on YouTube, find his videos all over the place. A special person, a special educator who many of the rabbis in Olami, which MEOR is connected to, have a connection to, but he's well known in all circles all around the world. But Rabbi David Aaron focuses a lot on, the spiritual, Kabbalistic angles of things. He's very knowledgeable. And I'm going to include his short Devar Torah about Parashas Korach, because he basically articulates very beautifully that Korach, what we learn from Korach is that we have to accept and embrace our own unique mission in this world. And Korach was unique, and he was special, and he was already elevated, but yet he wanted something more. He wanted something that wasn't for him, and therefore he ended up destroying himself. Because if you go after what's not your lot, what's not your endowment, because you hanker after or are jealous of someone else and their role and their endowment, it's futile on every level, because you destroy your own unique, well, in this case, he destroys his own life, but your own unique capacity and potential to play a role among the Jewish people. As Rabbi Aaron says, and I'll share the Devar Torah with you. Every one of us is on a mission here by God. Every one of us a unique soul, and it's irrelevant and destructive and self-destructive and horrific when we don't cherish and bring to fruition that unique mission we have, because we're looking at someone else's mission, endowment, lot in life. I know about this. We're all human beings. I'm a human being too, and I know about these destructive thoughts, and we can learn from the Parsha of Korach to love ourselves, treasure our own unique portion in this world, in the sense of a mission that God gave to each one of us to bring out our own unique potential and to celebrate the greatness of others. Korach could have celebrated the greatness of Moses and Aaron, and he would have been so great. He would have, because Korach can do things that Moses can't do and Aaron can't do, and you can do things I can't do, and vice versa. And Rabbi David Aaron, check out the Devar Torah. RabbiDavidAaron.com, I think, is the way you can access more of his beautiful Torah. In any case, don't let ambition turn into jealousy and ego. Ambition to do great things is great, but ambition to destroy someone because you're jealous of what they have and what they are, bad. Have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbos. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you not so last minute next week, God willing, because that's not my endowment, right? I'm not destined, I don't think, to always be a last minute. That's my choice, and that has to be tweaked, and I'll try to improve that. Have a wonderful Shabbos.